Hi everyone, welcome to day 21 of our Inktober 2024 Beginner's Tangle Challenge. I'm Yehudit Steinberg. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and in this video series we explore one beginner tangle a day for 31 days. And today we're exploring the tangle Onamato. This pattern is based on orbs and makes beautiful borders. It's a beginner tangle and easy to learn. So let's begin by gathering our supplies. So I'm going to show you the supplies that I'm using, and you use what you have laying around, because the most important thing is to get a piece of paper and a pen or pencil and start drawing. Today, I'm using the Micron 01 for my very fine lines and probably these really small orbs that we're going to make here. And I have a Micron 02, and I'm introducing this pen because those of you who are heavy-handed, sometimes the 01, we break we break that delicate nib, and the 02 seems to work a little bit better if we have a little more pressure on our pens. And I'll be using a Micron PN, which is a plastic nib. I have a graphite pencil. This happens to be a Statler Mars Lumograph 2B, and I use that for my when I begin my drawing and also for shading. And I have a shading tool here. We call this a tortillon, and this is a small one. So we want to slow down, and let's talk about what I'm going to draw on. So in this series, I have been drawing on a 2-inch bijou tile. This is a Renaissance. It's a tan color, and you can get it at Zentangle.com. I'm also showing another alternative that is an economical alternative, and that's these 6x6 Strathmore artist tiles. You can get them on Amazon. You can check out my Fav resources. And this is a Bristol artist vellum, and it's a great it's fairly smooth, and it has a little bit of texture to it, which you kind of want, and it does very well. And if you see that, you can get 9 or 10 of these 2-inch on one tile, out of one tile. And if you happen to have one of those cutters that cut these curved corners, then you have a beautiful tile. And later on in the video, I'll show you how I collect all of these 31 tiles, tiles that we create during this month. And I have a page of all of them in front of me when I want to figure out what tangle I'm going to use when I draw. Now, as we do on every day for our new tangles, I show you the step out and give you a chance to take a screenshot. And while you're taking that screenshot, let me tell you a little bit about this tile, Onamato. Today's tangle is Onamato. This tangle consists of simple orbs that create a repetitive pattern, making it great for borders or as a filler. Here's the step out guide. Feel free to take a screenshot. Now we're ready to begin our drawing session. And in the Zentangle method, we begin the drawing session by taking a couple of moments to take a couple of deep breaths. And while we are getting centered, we also take a moment to appreciate. So let's get started. Let's start by taking a couple of deep breaths to get present. And we do that by inhaling, hold it, and then exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, hold it, and then exhale through the mouth. Now continue breathing slowly and think of something that you are grateful for today. Let that feeling ground you as we prepare to draw. Stretch your hands and do a little bit of finger yoga to get our muscles warmed up. This is our tangle Onamato. And when we start our drawings in with the Zentangle method, we start by putting a couple of dots in the corners and connecting those dots. And then we connect the dots and I turn my tile slowly so it keeps this hand in the same position, and I turn the tile with my other hand. And that's how we tend to draw in the Zentangle method. So Onamato is a great border tangle, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go diagonally and create a little curvy line. Like so. And I'm going to pick up my PN and I'm going to ink those lines. The next step is that I'm drawing a parallel line from each of these. And keeping in mind that I'm going to put little orbs in there. So you want to leave enough space for those orbs, and those are going to be tiny. And we're going to put big orbs here. So I'm going to come and draw on the outside of this one. Then I'm picking up my graphite again, and we're going to, what we're doing is we're putting big or somewhat circular. They won't be perfect, but I would like them to touch. So, and we're leaving a little space there because we're going to do something in that space. And I will show you in a minute. Now let's ink these in. I'm reaching for that O2. You could use an O1. I'm going to try the O2 because I tend to be a little heavy-handed. So I will ink these orbs. Sometimes I go halfway around and then I take my pen the other way. Watch. Here. And then I'm going to bring it down. So a lot of times these pens like to flow this way. The ink flows better this way than going up against the grain. And we'll ink these in. Now, after you practice Onamato for quite a while, you should, and you're first starting with this, your orbs, your circular patterns here, you'll start to perfect that. So now that I have these in here, I'm going to come in this space and I'm putting little orbs in here. I'm really liking this O2. It's a little bit thicker than the O1, but it's not. It's still very dainty and great for detail. And we'll come in between these orbs and give some ink in here. And you can see how this starts to come to life. Get a little closer. Similar. So have you been in how have you been enjoying this Inktober beginners challenge? I'd love to hear your comments below in the whether you're listening on YouTube or in the Facebook group. Do you have a favorite tangle pattern that you've learned these past 3 weeks? Let me know. Check out the playlist we have for the Inktober 2024 challenge. All of the 31 tangles that we are doing this month are listed in that playlist, so you can easily find them. So that is the basic pattern. And we have a next step, which these parallel lines here will be filled with little orbs. So we're going to use little tiny orbs. And this is great. This is great for relaxing. And to give us what we call Zen flow. Because we don't have to think too much. Take your time, relax. don't speed up these videos. This is a time that if you want to draw along with me, you can. If you want to speed it up, you can do that. YouTube gives you the settings to do that, and I do that as well from time to time, depending on if I know that what I'm doing. But we'll just finish this off, and I'll show you the next step. All right, we have Onamato. We can give it a little highlight. And now I'm Onamato is a great. It can be a ribbon, it can be a border, and I'm going to come in with my PN for a little thicker line here. And we can actually draw an aura, which is a parallel line around that border. Now you could draw a border, you could draw a border here and fill up with another Onamato, which I think it's a little small for this design. So I'm going to follow the orbs around this border to give it a little bit of finishing. And once I have these in this border, we'll be ready to shade. I'm grabbing my 2B, and I'm going to shade along on the outside of this Onamato that we created in the center, kind of like with Haliba. Now, I don't remember whether we've had Haliba yet in this series, but I know it's in the series. And I'm going to take my tortillon, and I turn my tile so that I can move some of this graphite away from this border. And I'm doing that with little circles. I see the sun has moved into reflection here. But we will continue. And I'm going to give just a little reflection on this. And there you have it. Onamato. So our next step is to sign our work. So I initial on the front and I come over on the back and I journal. Today was day 21 Onamato. I signed my name. And I date it. And I name what the series, which is Inktober 2024. And there you have it. We have Onamato. Before we wrap up, just a quick reminder, it's not too late to join our Sunday Mandala Challenge. You'll receive all the information, the guidebook, the recorded Sunday Zoom sessions, and support to create your unique mandala. The registration link is in the comments below or description if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this time was relaxing and inspiring for you. I'll see you tomorrow for another mindful drawing session. Until then, remember, one stroke at a time. Bye for now.